Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy, and of course, we're back live, giving you another great video and topic. But y'all know the drill, man. Please hit that thumbs up button for me, subscribe, then hit that bell button, man. But today, we want to discuss this crazy news. I wouldn't even call it crazy. Um, Russ, AD, and Bron has decided that they want to run it back. And apparently the story has been broke by Mr. Chris Haynes, great journalist, analyst for NBA TV and other networks. I think he broke this story saying that these three guys got on a phone call at the Summer League, and they decided to make sure that they were all on the same page, trying to figure out what is happening. And if I'm a Lakers fan, I'm really trying to understand why would they want to try this again? And they just don't fit. Russ has to have the ball in his hands a lot to be productive. He's not a great spot-up shooter. And we all know when you're playing with LeBron James, you have to defer. You have to play second fiddle a lot. And it sucks, but it's worked for him, overall. He's gotten 4 championships in 19 years, going on 20 years. They won a championship 2 years ago in the bubble. Even though a lot of people don't count that, I count it because in the history books it says champion. So they can put a bubble asterisk up to it or whatever it may be. They can also do that for the 2012 Heat. They can do that for the 1999 Spurs. All this other stuff, whatever the case may be. I'm not a big fan of that stupidity. History books say you're a champion. But we're not talking about that. We're talking about these three guys who didn't get a lot of time together last year. When Anthony Davis was healthy, the Lakers were pretty good. LeBron was even in MVP discussions, even at the age that he's at, the mileage that he's put in, all this crazy stuff. So, but with Russell Westbrook in the equation, it just doesn't fit. And I'm saying that because, like I said earlier, they don't flow well together to me. Russ is a ball dominant guy. He's a guy that never learned the point guard position. He's never learned the point guard position from a thinking man's point of view. What I'm trying to say. Russ really struggles with that. And if you're a basketball fan like myself, you know that it's a struggle for him because you see it in the fourth quarter at the type of decisions that he makes, the type of shots that he takes in the fourth quarter. And you're like, if a true point guard is doing this, you know those type of shots are not going on. Ooh, excuse me. Shout out to the people that's in here, man. Allergies been kicking my butt. But I decided to do this stream because a lot of my views and subscribers come from, HBCU stuff and Jackson State stuff and Florida A&M and stuff like that. But this is my true passion, and I saw a video earlier today which kind of reminded me, like, so what? If you get 1 view or 1,000 views, go ahead and put it out there, man. Somebody might like it. So I appreciate the couple of folks that's in here. And while you're in here, please hit that subscribe button, the thumbs up button if you're on Facebook, heart it if you're on Facebook, all that good stuff. All that good stuff. So we're talking about, let's just break it down. Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis is so talented that he could be considered a top 5 guy in this league. He really could. He really could. He could be a top 5 in this league. He can shoot it. He can handle the ball. He's a decent passer. He does a lot of great things on the defensive end. But Anthony Davis' issue is he can't stay healthy. And a lot of it is his fault. It really is his fault. I mean, a lot of it is his fault because he flails, he flops, he doesn't stay on his feet a lot. Doesn't stay on it. Shout out to E Black. E Black is in the building. I'm proud they decided to stick this out, but where's Melo at though? I don't know what you do with Melo, man, because Melo is so bad defensively, man. Teams literally play pick and roll when Melo's in the court. Melo he's always been kind of suspect on the defensive end, but the last couple of years, man, he's just been god awful to watch, and it's hard. It's really, really hard to put Melo in, even though he's a great, great spot up shooter. Still, he really is. He really, really is. And my man Hoop Jargon in the building says, "Man, this ain't gonna lead to shit." I don't know what the Lakers are thinking, man. Me and you did a stream about this, last year when they first acquired him. I think we probably did 2 or 3 cents, and we said it then that it's not going to work, man. It's not going to work. But back to E Black's question or thought about Melo. He's too much of a liability on the defensive end. So is LeBron James. LeBron James gives zero effort on the defensive end unless they're playing Giannis or I'm trying to think, or the Nets or something like that, Miami. You'll see him liven up. He picks his spots a lot. He's been doing this for a little more than 8 years now. Y'all have been watching LeBron like I have. He just picks his spots a lot, but he really plays zero defense. Hoop Jargon says, "I bet my life it won't work." Hey, man, this is why I said in our past streams, if LeBron James can win a championship with Russell Westbrook on his team, I will automatically put him in my top 2. I think I said top 2. I want to say top 3 for sure. I will automatically put him in my top 2. If he can win a championship with this dude as his running mate, my God, Russell Westbrook is hard to watch. Even though he's a great talent, great talent, he's done something that folks never thought was going to be able to be done. A lot of folks thought LeBron was going to be the one to do it in his younger years. He never got that done. It may be more inflated, but again, history book says that Russell Westbrook averaged a triple-double 4 times in 3 years in a row or something of that nature. So, and then he played, numbers were pretty solid this year, but the numbers don't always tell the story when it comes to sports. He was an eyesore to watch with the Lakers, man. And my man Hoop Jargon did a great stream the other night. I want to say Saturday night or Sunday night, one of them nights. And there's a bunch of guys on there going in on Russ, talking about how bad he was and this and that. And I wanted to get in about how the Lakers should have known they were in trouble when Russ decided to say that basically he doesn't care about championships. He's just coming over here to look. When you're a Lakers player, when you're a Lakers fan, nothing else matters but being a champion. Nothing else matters but being a damn champion. So for him to say that, it's just like, y'all should have known y'all was in trouble off the rip. And why is that background sound going? I ain't even played it. That's neither here nor there. A good old soundboard doing its own stupid thing. But y'all should have known y'all was in trouble when he came out with that stupid comment about this ain't about. Okay, it's just gonna do its own thing. I see. I'm going to close it out. The soundboard tripping. I don't know where it's coming from. The soundboard tripping. But y'all should have known right then and there that y'all was in trouble when he came out with that dumb statement saying that he's just here. He can care less about a championship and all of that nature. I'm trying to find the tweet that I saw earlier to put up on the screen. I can't find it, but while I'm doing that, you know what? I'll just share screen. I'll share the screen. And what I want to know also is, I know everything in today's age is about, being more visual, being more transparent. Well, how did this conversation, apparently they was on a phone call. How did this conversation get leaked? Everything ain't for everybody. And we all know that Clutch Sports, LeBron James, homeboy Rich Paul, and all that crew, they have a strong hold on the media. So this might be a ploy to keep LeBron James' name in the news, the Lakers in the news, but the Lakers are going to be in the news regardless. If y'all paying attention earlier today, Alex Caruso, the former Laker player for the Bulls, he came out with a statement saying that he didn't realize how much the Lakers were in the news. He didn't realize how much the Lakers were in the news until he left there. So the Lakers are going to be in the news anyway. But my thing is, how did this conversation even get to this point, man? How did it get to this point, man? Shout out to the people that's still in here rocking with me. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that like button. And all I'm saying is everything that happens within your inner circle, within your teammates, don't need to be talked about. It don't need to be leaked. It doesn't need to be tweeted. That's my point on that. So, talked about Anthony Davis. Let's talk about this dude, LeBron James, that's chasing, 2 more rings to get him on the level at 6-6, and then 6 rings to equal Jordan. That's the only reason why he's still playing that. Plus, he wants to play with his son, Bronny. That's another stream, though. Bronny has some work to do. LeBron James has to be better, even though he averaged 30-plus points last year. Never been done by somebody that's 35 or older, or 37 or older, or something of that nature. Average over 30. Very, very impressive. But for him to be so cerebral, so smart about things, knowing other teams' plays, all this stuff they say about him, he has to be better next year. I don't give a damn what anybody says. And I got this damn share screen up, and I ain't even got it up. I still got the overlay on. There's a share screen from earlier that I meant to put up. But LeBron James, for him to be this talented and that knowledgeable about other teams' plays and stuff like that, how can the Lakers lose like 20 leads of 10 plus or more points in the second half last year? I want to say they at least lost 15 games of that nature. Them being up 10 plus more points and them eventually losing that game. Albeit they were older, a lot of the games that they lost to in that situation were to younger teams who had a lot fresher legs. But LeBron James is supposed to be this cerebral, thoughtful, mind-controlling type of person. And he allows his teams to fall like this. So I'm criticizing LeBron James. I've been a LeBron James fan since 2003, basically. Heard about him when he was in the 10th grade. I was a junior or senior or something in that nature. So I've followed his career, and I'm proud of what he's done, because a lot of dudes would have folded of all the pressure that he's been through overall. The dude has been on the cover, been in the eyes of the public since he was 14, 15 years old. And that's what I want people to try to understand, who always try to criticize this dude. He's been in the spotlight since he was a teenager. Think about that. Way before Kobe. Kobe got the spotlight at like 17, 18. LeBron James has been in the national media spotlight since he was like 14 to 15 years old. And he's handled it pretty damn good. Some say he's failed in a lot of situations, but I look at the totality of the whole situation. So, with that being said, last year and the year before, he's got to be better, man. His teams cannot be losing leads like this. If you're this thoughtful, this thinking master, this wizard that folks say you are, you got to be better. You can't lose leads like this. And shout out to the people that just trickling in, man. Again, I just wanted to jump on this topic again. It was on my heart. I'm trying to do more and more stuff with this YouTube stuff. I'll be taking a break. I get complacent. But I saw a video today and just basically just said, and what I took from it was, if you get 1 view or 1,000 views, so what, man? Just put it out there. Just put it out there. So I appreciate those folks that are trickling in. We're talking about this crazy news that's come out. Anybody that want to join the live stream, you can. There's a stream link right there. Just copy it, paste it, jump on in with me. He says, Hoop Jargon says, this needs to be said. I'm going to go in on this one too. Yeah, man, just let me know. Let me know. Let me know. I'll come through, comment. I'll jump on the live, whatever it may be. Just let me know. And then this guy Russell Westbrook. I want to like him. I really do. But oh my God, he's just mentally. Luke Jordan's in the building. What up, man?
What up, man?
What up? What's the word? He might got himself muted. I don't know.
Uh-oh. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Yeah, man. It's like, listen, dog. I admire them for trying to put this together. Because, let me put it this way. You ain't got no damn choice. And so, when I said this, when Darvin Ham put that video out, and everybody was like, yeah, Darvin Ham said he gonna make it work with Russ. I'm like, no, he had no choice. He had no choice but to say that. What else can you say? You don't have an ability to dictate, the roster, because let's be honest, Darvin Ham was the fourth or fifth choice for the Lakers coach.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously you got to come in being a first-time head coach, basically adhering to what you got to work with. I mean, you can't come in saying that, oh yeah, I'm gonna do this and that, because as a head coach, you just have no cachet yet. You just don't, right? So with that being said, you had to come in and talk in that good game, and they got him a job, and I salute him all day for that. You know what I mean? So that's cool. But if we look at the inner workings of what he was saying to get him to play defense and take a more defensive role, I was just trying to find that graphic. Russell Westbrook was ranked like 431 in defensive rank last year. So how you gonna make that turn to a prominent defense? How? LeBron James was 429.
Yeah.
How do you translate that to good defense? Unless Darvin,
I was saying what's crazy about Russ is he's been bad on defense for a long time. Like, it has not been noticed and not been talked about because he was so athletic. I went back and watched some film and stuff on this dude. He's been bad on defense for a long freaking time.
Yes. He's a bad defender. And worse than that, he's a bad shooter. And he has very poor basketball IQ. That's a trifecta. That's like a turkey, man. If you bowling.
Turkey,
right. I'm gonna start calling him turkey. That's my new name. It's a turkey.
Turkey Colonel Russ, dog. Colonel Russ.
And I'm not hating. Like, I gave up on Russell Westbrook a long time ago. You know me. I gave up on him like 2012. I was done. I was like, nope. Nope. Not impressed. Now, I'm not going to deny this man's ability to play basketball. He's one of the top talents the NBA's ever seen. I'll give him that. But as far as being a basketball player, absolutely not. Absolutely not. And I said it unapologetically.
It's a struggle right now.
It's a struggle, man.
Texas, I know you out there in LA. But being in Texas, I used to stay up and try to watch some Lakers games on the Fire Stick, man. Like, I couldn't do it. Even the flow of the aura of the arena, of the Staples Center, whatever it's called now, cryptocurrency, whatever it's called, it was just so dead in there. I don't ever recall watching a Lakers game where I hear them booing the team. Yep. I hear them saying no.
Yeah. I'm going to give you some real game. Some real applied knowledge game. Man, so I like you said, I live out here. I've been out here almost 2.5 years. I've been to 2 Lakers games, 2 Clippers games in my time living here. Lakers games was looking, like you said, like I refuse to give $1 to the Russell Westbrook dog. I'm not going to the Lakers game. Unless it's free, I'll go. But the point I'm making is a Clippers game and a Lakers game feels totally different. It's like the varsity and JV, man. It really is. The Clippers were a better team. Last year, especially. Actually, I went to a Clippers game last year, as a matter of fact, but no Lakers game. But I say all that to say that's how the Lakers games feel now because, the fans know it's a bad product, man. And so the worldwide Lakers fans were just kind of hoping this work out and all this, but people out here in LA, man, they know that they don't like what they see, man. People are sick of LeBron. Not so much on the level of Westbrook, but, especially Westbrook, man. People are done with him, man, because it is what it is, man. How many times you got to keep watching, Terminator 2 to not know, how the movie going to end? You know how the movie going to end. You watch it enough times, and that's how I feel about Russell Westbrook, man.
Yeah, I'm totally with you. I'm tired of, you know what I'm tired of saying? I'm tired of seeing that shoot that damn 17-foot pull up and it hit all backboard.
Man.
Nah, I'm sick of it. Like somebody has to tell this Negro that's not a good shot, dog. He has to shoot less than 10% on that shot alone. He has to shoot less than 10%. If I can go back through the season and calculate that, I bet like you said, I bet my life on it that it's less than 10%.
What does he shoot at a high percentage? His layups are at a low percentage. His free throws are at a low percentage. His 3-point percentage at a god low level. What does he shoot at a high percentage? He can't make bunnies at a high percentage. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, dog, it ain't hating. It's just telling the truth.
It's embarrassing, dog. Just not passing the eye test, not at all, man. Like I said, I can't take away from what he did. 3 triple-doubles in 4 years, even though the triple-double is more misconstrued or misunderstood in today's era. And I'll try to break it down to folks for them to understand that a lot of rebounds are gotten by guards like Russ now, because where do you see all the bigs at? All the bigs is around the 3-point line. So who's left to get the rebounds?
Yep.
And the philosophy of defensive transition defense, you don't see a lot of teams crashing offensive rebounds anymore. So the numbers are a little inflated, but it's still something that went down. So I can't take that from him. But he's been able to hide behind this situation. I wanted to say this on your stream Sunday night, but you know, Sir Tyson's he's full of that oil.
That oil, man.
Now Tyson's full.
He's full, man.
I wanted to say that, then you know, my man Sub-Zero, you know, you can't get a word in with
the show.
Nah, this every time though. Every time. That's why I hardly give it on. You know, I got no issue with him, man. He good people. It's just he be on 1,000. Yeah. But I wanted to say this the other day. Like, Russell Westbrook has been traded 4 times to 4 teams in the last 4 years, and it's about to be 5, but they're trying to make it 5. So that tells me again, you're good enough to be wanted, and you're bad enough not to be wanted.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see how folks don't understand that, and just watch the damn game. Even a novice TV watcher can understand how bad Russell Westbrook is. In my opinion, they should. Well, you know what? I'll take that back. Maybe not.
I don't think a novice can understand how bad he is. I think a novice thinks that he ain't getting the ball enough. I think a novice thinks that LeBron James is killing his game. I think a novice says, "Oh, he's still average, blah blah blah." So I don't think so.
Yeah. And even I was getting on LeBron. I don't know if he was on here, but he has to be better, man. Like I said,
yes.
For him to be this cerebral, thoughtful, thinking person, the Lakers lost at least 15 games where they were up double digits going into halftime or going into the fourth quarter last year. Mm-hmm. So you're supposed to be this mastermind, this genius on knowing everybody's plays, knowing what the dudes are at on defense, offense, all this other stuff. But your team lost multiple double-digit leads. Unacceptable.
Mm-hmm. Because he only playing one ball. It's like the league's worst kept secret is that LeBron James don't play nobody's defense. And nobody wants to say it because nobody wants to slander LeBron because his legacy is so great. I'm just, I'll be that guy, man. Like Redman said in that song back in 2099, I'll be there. I'll be that. I'll be that. Because I'm going to tell the goddamn truth. The goddamn truth is that is not good basketball. He plays at this stage of his career. It's good offense, but it's not good basketball. And I'll die on that hill. I don't care.
Yeah, I want people to start actually analyzing LeBron, not from the standpoint of I hate him or I really, really love him. Like, let's be objective. Let's understand that he's not above criticism. As some of our coaches used to say, dude, you're not above criticism, dude. Like, I'm a big LeBron James fan, like I was saying earlier. Big. But he's been stinkage a lot of damn games. A lot of damn games. And I'm sitting there watching him the same way I'm looking at Westbrook sometimes. Like, dude, what the hell are you doing?
Oh, you mean when he walks up the court, or when he pops about not getting the ball, and he walks up, and they get a steal right back, and then he posts hard right after that? Come on, bro.
The strong post.
You coin things that get you subbed. That gets you subbed on 29 out of 30 NBA teams, but the Lakers that let you slide.
Yeah. Yeah. And I might need to go back. I'm probably gonna have to wait the football season about to rock around. I got a whole bunch of sub edition coming for the football season, but I'm probably gonna have to go back to last season and get some sub moments from LeBron because I missed out on a lot because Westbrook overtook it. Like I literally could probably did 3 or 4 videos about Westbrook his whole season of sub edition. I know I did one, but I'm probably gonna have to go back.
Just the Lakers addiction. Just
yeah,
Lakers things get you subbed. That'll get you plenty of material.
I knew the Lakers were in trouble when they decided to keep THT, man. I never liked him. I never liked this game. His haircut I really dislike.
I hate his body, man. Like a weekend warrior. I don't want that for my guard.
I hate everything. I don't want to say I hate everything. You know what? I'll deal with THT more than I'll deal with Kent Bazemore, dog. Like, you know how I feel about Kent Bazemore.
I don't know why you got it out for Kent Bazemore, bro.
I
don't know what he did to you, man. I don't know what he did.
He's done nothing to me, man. He just looks totally uncomfortable as a professional athlete. And if that makes sense for folks who are listening, he just looks like he wasn't destined to be a professional athlete. Like everybody has a look. I mean, yeah, man, he looks like he should be in the league. This and that. Kent Bazemore just looks like man, hell no, man.
Kent Bazemore look like he should have been a dancer on You Got Served. He like a tall ass dude that should be like rapping.
Yeah, out there. What was it? Raz B and the Mario and them, man. God, dog.
Like this tall ass dude dancing like what our teammates might do. We'll leave his name out the stream.
Yeah. 6'7" wingman.
Wingman, DJ / dancer / male shooter.
Oh my god. So let's get to the last part of the equation. Anthony Davis, man. Like I was saying, like this dude, Anthony Davis has all the makings of looks, skill set to be a top 5 player in the NBA. I think this is year 9 or year 10 for him. Still has a lot of time to go of being a top 5 player, but something about him just doesn't want it. Like everybody has that it. Some of the great ones have that it factor, and folks will explain it. You can't explain the it factor; you just have it. And for me, Anthony Davis just doesn't have it, or he just doesn't want it.
He got the SH it factor. You know what, man? I'm done with excuses for AD, man. You know, I can't blame him for what his body doing. I can't blame him for that. I'm done, man. I'm done. I sold my Anthony Davis jersey that I bought from Staples Center when I first moved here. I sold it for like a pennies on a dime what I paid for it. I'm out on AD, man. I wish well for him. I hope he does well. Obviously, he plays for my team. I'm out. It's nothing else I can salvage from what he is and what he represents. I got nothing. Man. He can't stay healthy. Then when he's in, he's temperamental. I'm done with the kind of guy, man. If we gotta get back to rebuilding, then doggone, that's what we gonna do.
Yeah, I mean, shit. That at the end of the day, that's what's gonna happen to y'all because y'all have no assets, you have no draft picks. So when these dudes decide to leave, you back to the rebuilding phase. My thing with Anthony Davis is, and I said a lot of his injuries are his own fault because he's flailing, he's falling to the ground. He got this. It goes in though. He got this right hand running floater that goes across his body, and 9 times out of 10 he ends up on the floor.
Yeah.
So a lot of these injuries, man, he's had some freakish injuries where he's landed on somebody's foot. Every basketball player in the world has experienced that at some point. But I think a lot of his injuries are brought up on himself, and I'm just like, dude, stop doing that shit. And then when he is healthy, one game he's banging down low. He looks like the best offensive player in the world. He looks like Olajuwon mixed with Shaq sometimes, or whatever it may be. Then the next game, he's floating out to the 3-point line, and giving me absolutely nothing. So I'm like, dude, what is it? Which one do you want to be, man? Like him, he comes from that same ilk. Karl Anthony Towns, him, Embiid, somebody else that's in that tweener situation that want it but don't really want it.
No, don't say that soft ass Kentucky group, soft ass big man beside DeMarcus Cousins and Julius Randle. Rest of them dudes, Carly Stein, soft.
Carly Stein.
Soft. Your boy Carly Towns, soft. AD, soft. Call it what it is. Them dudes some soft ass big man who's over there.
So, did you say Trey Lyles?
Yeah, Trey Lyles, soft.
Damn, I forgot all about him. I don't even think he's still in the league, man. I don't even think he's still in the league. So,
don't let him put a ski mask on and rob him, for some NBA money.
So man, we got some late stragglers jumping in, man. So if y'all got questions, if you want to jump in on the stream, please do so, man. We just rambling about these Lakers, and my man Hoop Jargon said he bet his life that it won't work, which I don't see it working. And again, it's going to be hard to beat them Golden State Warriors. It's going to be hard to beat Phoenix. It looks like they may end up keeping DeAndre Ayton. I don't know what their situation is. I think I read something that he can't be traded until January 1st or something. So Phoenix is going to be back. Minnesota made some trades, but it doesn't move the needle for me. So the Lakers, healthy, they still have a chance to be in the top 4 or 5 seeds. It's just about them figuring it out, and LeBron James being the so-called leader that everyone claims him to be, to get his guys correct.
Yeah. I mean, listen, man. LeBron James, I'm not going to take that away from that man. Like, he cannot be a leader because he's shown that many times over. Yeah. I'll give him most recently credit for being a leader when we won our bubble championship, when he was deferring to AD. And he did that before the bubble when, to kind of establish an order, like a pecking order. I'll give LeBron a lot of humility. That's when he led the league in assists in 2019, 2020. And I give him credit for that. That's leadership. That's being less of yourself, bigger for the whole. I can never take that away from that man. I appreciate that from a basketball standpoint and as a Lakers fan standpoint. Mm-hmm. Now, problem is, man, that was 1 year glory. It's been a 4-year experiment. It ain't been pretty overall. Mm-hmm. And it's trending to worse. Again, with the lack of defense. With this stare down, jab, deep 3-pointer, like, good God, man. Like, what is that? Shit.
It's his signature move, man.
How people fall for this? That really baffles me. How people fall for that. So, as I'm saying, his skills are diminishing, and he's going off of ability. And that's cool. You 6'8", 240 or 260, but it's hard and harder to maintain that shit, man. And I just don't see it. Again, factoring in defense with the shoddy offensive skills. I think leadership is still there. I don't think he lost anything in that capacity. But coop that with I'm gonna say Ray J. AD's where'd that come from? With AD's health concerns and just being light in the ass, like like the old school used to call it. And Westbrook just being a disaster. Like what do you salvage from this?
Yeah. I don't know what the hell they're going to do again. And I said it this last year. If the Lakers would have traded for Kyle Lowry, they wouldn't be in this situation. They had to give up THT. You get and I guess I like Kyle Lowry because me and him are more built the same in certain situations or whatever. But I think he's just a decent leader. He's not going to take no plays off. He's not going to give you any crap. He's just a winner, man. Like, he won in Toronto. Ian Kidd podcast. The Lakers are going nowhere if Russ stays on the roster next season. Yeah, they going right to as the TNT crew would say, they're going fishing. we're going fishing. I'm about to bring up this video that you was just talking about of your boy LeBron with his go-to move.
On the shot clock. Side step three is good. LeBron James
There it is.
continues to be the picture of efficiency in the month of. Look at that.
Well, there it is.
9 to shoot. LeBron revving up. Look at that long
There you go-to move, man. But yeah, Ian Kid, man, they not going nowhere, man.
He's playing to the crowd and everybody.
This is your go-to move.
LeBron shot from Inglewood.
Bro, it's embarrassing.
It was deep.
11-point lead for the Lakers.
Oh, man.
How's
And a half
that
gone by.
the 90s?
LeBron
I mean,
James
for
lines
2000,
up.
we
And he
ain't
carries it.
going nowhere.
Perimeter barrage going on.
Going
I think
nowhere.
that's 7-3 of this quarter.
Oh, this ain't the full highlight. This ain't it all the
3
way.
of this quarter.
Played his college ball at Utah. James.
Oh, they're not playing the right
He's
stuff.
smoking.
There's so many open dogs. They got one in there.
Jared pulling up. Time is on the clock.
Look where the.
All right, wait a minute. Wait. Time
There you go.
The other
Does
day.
Does he realize how much time is on the clock?
Look where
All right, I'm gonna stop playing that shit. But yeah, you Lakers fans, man, that's what you usually get from LeBron these days. He's not giving you much of anything besides that. Every now and then he'll give you a nice little post up. And I was watching LeBron James highlights the other day. He had a pretty decent post up game for a little bit. He's hitting fadeaways, he's doing up and unders and all this other stuff. Man, he just completely just ran away from that. I don't know what it was. Maybe he got tired of it, whatever it may be. But as Ian Kidd said, these Lakers ain't gonna be going nowhere fast if Russ is still on the team. I'm hearing stuff about a 3-team trade with San Antonio, I believe. I don't know how that's gonna work. We all know San Antonio is tanking for the big Frenchman, the young kid. So San Antonio is doing whatever they can to be as garbage as possible.
Yep. That they round their way. Shit. Well, if that's the case, they should go and bring Westbrook over there. That's a match made in
They'll
heaven.
still put a couple seats in the stands.
Yeah, you lose in style.
Yeah, pretty much, man. Pretty much. That's some crazy stuff. The Lakers franchise has been pretty bad over the last 10 years or so. They got a championship with the trade with New Orleans. All the New Orleans fans are, saying that they fleeced the Lakers. Not really, because the Lakers won a championship and New Orleans still hasn't made past the first round. So that's neither here nor there. I still don't know if those guys become, the players that they are being outside of LA, because there's just a different pressure playing in LA compared to playing in New Orleans. Brandon Ingram didn't look too. I mean, he was young then, of course, but playing in LA and playing in New Orleans is two different types of pressure.
Yep.
Who else was part of that group? Lonzo was with New Orleans, now in Chicago. Even Chicago's a big market. Still different pressure. Was Clarkson with that group or before?
Clarkson was before that switch. Thank God we got rid of him too.
Yeah, he's just another guy that can put the ball in the basket. Don't defend. Don't do anything else.
2.0. Well, 1.0. That's Jordan Poole 1.0.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Who else was in that? Kuzma, totally different playing in DC and LA.
Good luck to him. I'm glad Kuzma gone too.
Yeah. So Lakers fans, you got to realize that this is gonna be a uphill battle unless some team decides to bless you with something, which if you look back at that franchise, this has been happening since forever with the Lakers franchise. But we've said this in the past couple of streams we did together. No team is going to want to help the Lakers out right now.
Yeah.
No team. And they shouldn't.
What's the incentive to help the Lakers out? And I'm not just talking. I'm a Laker fan. But I'm realistic. You know what? Maybe when I was younger, I was a little bit unrealistic as a Lakers fan. But, time has humbled your boy.
Mm-hmm.
So I just look at all this stuff pragmatically, man. You know, it's cool, man. Whatever the hell they doing, whatever. I know they won't get another dollar of my money until they right this ship, because I'm tired of watching bad basketball. And I would do the same with my Cowboys. They start BSing. I'm not spending $1 on that product. At least the Cowboys, I still would watch it, because I just think the NFL is just a better product, because it's just a good. Because once a week, and it's the games means much more. Mm-hmm. But I can easily stop watching the NBA if I just get disgusted by it. I can stop watching the NBA for months on time. I really can.
Yeah, I can get my fix. I can get my basketball fix with college basketball.
Yeah, I can just stop watching the NBA and I'll be perfectly fine. And I never thought I would be a guy who could say that with a straight face, but I can. I can.
It's rough, man. It's the only enjoyable teams to watch are the Golden State Warriors, Phoenix. I may throw Milwaukee in there a little bit when Drew Holiday is on his game, being a player.
Heat, a good team to watch.
The Heat, just a great organization. So that's 4 teams we named out of 30. Like it's got like
the Clippers ain't bad.
Who?
The Clippers ain't a bad team to watch either.
But, yeah, I didn't see a lot of Clippers games. But living up here in Dallas now, man, they love Luka. I mean, and deservingly so. But me personally, I can't buy into the hype just yet, man. Like I'm always gonna be late to the hype wagon. But I'm going to continue to see the Magic, the Mavs as a second round exit. They got lucky. The Phoenix Suns just went dumb for a second. That last series, I don't know what the hell happened. But the Mavs are built to be a second round exit team, even with the addition of Christian Wood. They going crazy over Christian Wood. I'm like, all right, we'll see.
I guess.
We'll see.
Yeah, I've never seen him play meaningful basketball yet, so I guess he doing his thing. I'm not gonna lie about that, but and I like to comment about Christian Z. I'm sorry, Ahmad Z. They have
appreciate you coming through. I think he knew.
Yeah, oh yeah, man. Welcome to the channel, man. Make sure you subscribe. So that's what they have to run it back with him. Yeah, they got no choice. They got no choice. Like you made your bed, lay in it. Like, and that's one thing LeBron has had, like in my opinion, ability to kind of have that parachute pack from a crashing plane.
Mm-hmm.
This go around, you better figure out how to land that plane like Denzel did in that movie. Or are you about to touch that? You can't just jump out with the parachute no more. That's what I see. But you can tell.
I don't even remember what the name of that movie was. It Flight or something like that?
Flight, I believe.
Yeah.
Pretty good movie.
Yeah, Ahmad Z. What'd you say?
I said pretty good movie, by the way.
Yeah, absolutely. Ahmad Z says Russ will be back with the Lakers. And Ahmad, man, look, you can go back. You can go to Hoops Jargon's channel. He made a great video about the God damn it, just like the Nets. And basically, you were saying that the Nets hold all the cards. KD has no say in this, and it's the same thing with the Lakers. The Lakers have no choice but to run it back with these suckers. Like, try not to cuss. Every now and then they come out, but they have no choice but to run it back with these suckers.
Listen, man, I know a lot of people are big on player empowerment. I know a lot of people want brothers to come out on top. I think that kind of skews understanding of things, and I know that it lands unfavorably sometimes when you say a brother ain't got control over his destiny. I understand that, but I also understand reality. Reality just is there whether you like it or not. And in that instance, Kyrie and KD got no leverage. So I'm like, what the hell are y'all doing? You got no. The Nets hold all the cards in this situation because they know, at least KD, they know you want to play. Now Kyrie, he's the wild card. You don't know. KD, they know you want to play. You're not going to sit out trying to do hardball because that's not in your personality. And you think these people are just some stupid white men with a lot of money who just kind of going off and see their belt loop, run the franchise, a multi-billion-dollar franchise? Like, y'all out y'all mind, man. They know these people personality types. They know their family ties. They know their motivations because they ask these things, I'm sure. They know what they're dealing with. So, and me, just from my couch, literally right now, I can see it. So you think that this conglomerate of people don't see it as well? So that was just why I had my assessment. I'm like, dog, you got no leverage here. You got no say so. You're not signing checks. You don't control your contract. You just signed a new contract, so you got 4 years on. I'm talking to you, Kevin Durant. Like, what do you have as incentive to get your way? Nothing. Yep. So I just call it like I see it, man. Who gonna call it like I see it, man? I don't have my takes for what people may like. I just don't call it like I see it, man.
Yeah, man. We don't try to sugarcoat it. Like, it's basically like if you're playing spades, man, the Nets got the big joker. You got the little joker and the big joker. And then you're down to that last hand. Somebody bid, they went bored, and they need a hand to get it, and the Nets got the big joker. So that's what's happening. Ian Kidd podcast said, yes, sir, Dub Nation. Yeah, man, they just play a beautiful brand of basketball, and they've been doing it for an absolutely long time, man. It's literally beautiful. I wish I had a little more time back in the day when they were still in Oakland, when they was in that early run of their early championships. Man, I know that just being in that environment, I'd get goosebumps just being out there.
Mm-hmm.
I get goosebumps. You see, I think the Thunder young players will be fun to watch, even though they would suck. Yeah, I guess so. I'm not big on Chet Holmgren either. I'm not big on the tall, skinny guy that can dribble this and that. Like, I don't want my big to be handling the ball like that. I guess I'm old fashioned. I can care less if you can handle the rock and you can do certain things, this and that. I can care less. Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, I think that's his name.
Yep.
This is year 4 for him. Year 4, year 5 for him with OKC. So it's time for him to go ahead and step up to the next situation. Again, I don't know what OKC is waiting on. They still have like 27 picks, something that nature. In basketball, you don't need that many damn picks. Like, so what are they holding on to? Are they just, continuously being satisfied of accumulating young talent and kind of being kind of good and kind of being kind of sorry, if that makes sense. Mm-hmm. So I don't know what they're doing. They gave Dort, whatever his name is, they gave him a nice contract. They just gave another dude a nice contract today, I believe. And then you got the Josh Giddey kid. So, they're going to be exciting. I think Detroit might be exciting in like 2 years.
I think so, too. Yeah.
I think with Jaden Ivey, Jalen Duran, and Cade Cunningham, I think they're going to be exciting in about 2 years. I mean, they're still going to stink, but they'll be exciting. And Detroit basketball is good for the NBA. They're rough. They can still appeal to the blue-collar guys. So they're good for the NBA in a certain extent. I'm trying to think who else can be.
I think the Rockets could be interesting in a few years, man. I think Jalen Green's one weird bastard, but I think I like his game, man.
Yeah.
But we'll see. Because Houston, Houston is a city that me and you call home as far as where we're from. I just think Houston is a loser sports town, man. It just is.
Outside the Astros.
Yeah, outside the Astros. But, I mean, hell, if we take the last 5 years out, that's just what we are. The last Astros. I don't even go to games. It's a joke about.
Yeah, we were awful, man.
At the game. It was a joke, right? I mean, I actually.
What I think happened is the fans of the Astros started demanding more from the team. They started wanting more. Like, they wasn't just complacent with being in the American League. They started wanting more and competing. And I think that's what the Rockets fans and the Texas fans need to figure out. Like, they just complacent with just being kind of relevant. The Rockets fans think they're a rival to the Lakers. Like, there's no rivalry there.
Yeah, Lord have mercy.
Like,
there's no rivalry.
I don't know. So I think it was the fans is what kind of changed it around for the Astros. The fans wanted more, man. They just didn't want to be complacent, playing in the American League.
I disagree vehemently. We turned around as we perfected the art of tanking. We did what Philadelphia tried to do, but we took it to the next level, getting all them number ones, build up Carlos Correa, Bregman, what's the other joker name? Springer.
Mm-hmm.
We did it that way, and we tanked. Gave like the Astros, it was so pathetic. Like you could bring like alcohol to the stadium for free. You could bring food for free. You can literally bring the stuff to the game. It was that pathetic. So it wasn't the fans, in my opinion. But we did the right way. We played the numbers. We brought in drafted Altuve. So the talent just fell together perfectly. We brought in the right managers. We brought in the right ancillary talent. And luckily, we got a World Series, been a 3 in that span. Unfortunately, lost 2 of them. But I think that's more or less what we did that got us there. Because the fans suck, man. They just do. I remember going to Astros game 2016, 2015. And we started going on the 8th inning rally. These dudes leaving. I mean, I get it. Baseball games hold you hostage for like 80,000 hours. But that's the part of the game where it's like entertainment, like going to the 8th inning, going to the 9th. People was leaving when we started to make a rally. I'm like, what are y'all doing? So I can't give Astros fans no credit. I think a lot of people front running in the city, bro. In my opinion.
Yeah, I know for sure the damn Texans ain't gonna never achieve anything. The Texans might be dead 100 years before the Texans ever do anything. And I'm just not a fan of teams. I'm a fan of the Astros. First sport I ever played. Astros like the second team name that I had officially. So I've been an Astros fan for the longest. So it's just I don't know what's wrong with our city, man. I really don't, man. Like you said, front runners, but I want to add something else to it, like delusional. I want to say delusional.
Oh, very much so.
Delusional.
Yeah, go ahead. My bad.
No, I'm just saying delusional. That's all. I think that's the word I was looking for.
Very delusional. Again, Texas fans think they rivals with the Cowboys. No, you're not. Who y'all rivals to? Like the Colts, maybe? Maybe the freaking Jaguars? The Cowboys, they're not rivals to the Cowboys. And
not even in the same conference.
Huh?
So not even the same conference, not in the same division, right?
Like there's nothing to compare the two franchises with. There's no stake in what incentivizes Cowboy fans to dislike the Texas fans like that? What is there to envy about what the Texans have done? So for a rivalry to be in place, there has to be equal stake in like success. And I know the average rank and file Texans fan will be like, well, we won more playoff games since we've been in existence. Okay, so what? That doesn't make us want to beat y'all. We just wait. So I'll put it this way. When we want to beat the Texans, it's like when your kid brother thinks he punch you in the stomach, think he can beat you up, and you just want to kick him in the head. That's more or less how Cowboy fans look at. Hell, I'll go this far. I think we're more rivals with the Saints. We want to beat
absolutely.
The Texans. I mean, from a legacy standpoint. Now, I get the Texas, aspect does play it up, but the average rank and file Cowboy fan doesn't go look at a Texans game, seeing what they doing. We don't give a shit. But I tell you who does the other one. Texas fans do it for Cowboy fans. So I just think, let me back up one more time. I think people take like little small year rivalries and think that that's an actual rivalry, where it just may be a back-to-back for like a cluster of years, but it's not an actual rivalry. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. And it's purely based. It should be purely based off just the old adage of being a Texas rivalry, Dallas versus Houston crap or whatever the here and there. But, people are stupid, man. This is why I refuse to be a fan, what do they call it? A fanatic. Like, I refuse to be that of any team, especially in basketball. I just love the game too much to just cheer for one team. I'll cheer for players, whatever, but their success or failure doesn't make or break my day. Unlike some of these, you lived in Dallas, man. These Cowboy fans out here, man. Cowboys lose on Sunday. Shit, they ready to go jump off the bridge Monday morning. I'm like,
It's not great times in the city when the Cowboys lose. I agree.
No, it's pitiful, man.
Not great
and,
times.
Both of these dudes, Ahmad said Russ will be back with the Lakers. Yeah, man, he ain't got nowhere. Unless they get the trade, the 3-team trade, which is looking like that's the only way possible. That's the only way this thing is going to happen. So, Russ, they're going to have to figure out what this dude. And Russ, I don't know what that conversation was, but I hope it was, Russ, your ass is going to come off the bench next year. When I go out, you come in. We'll play together here and there. But you run this second group. You run the second unit. And the second thing I hope is Anthony Davis. Go get a shot of Gamma Ray, the Hulk juice, or whatever you need to do.
You get bit by a spider.
Something, man. Go talk to the mad scientist, whoever it may be. I don't know. And I hope they got on LeBron ass with that bullshit pouting.
Well, my friend, I can tell you, I can bet none of those three things have happened.
This is wishful thinking, man. Absolutely wishful thinking. But I know good and hell well that didn't happen.
I'm gonna tell you how LeBron come in, hey, bro, I believe in y'all, bro. Man, we gotta put this together, man. We brothers, man. We gotta go out there. We gotta show these haters. You know, that's LeBron always. It's always his little thing he does. He's always showing the wrong and all that shit. And I'm sure that resonates with Westbrook. In the back of LeBron James is Machiavelli. In the back of his mind, he's talking to Rich. Like, all right, man. So if it ain't good by January, man, that dude don't fool me. LeBron James slick as hell, boy. That dude don't.
He's trying to fool a damn fool, man.
There you go.
As I said it, as my boy said on Pineapple Express. I mean, I seen it. I really seen it already, man. I can't even think of his name, man. But
that fat black dude.
That fat black dude. It's all in the Pizza Hut commercials, man. I still don't know his name to this day, but he's been on a lot of stuff. Shout out to him wherever he's at.
It's obvious to me. I don't know. Like one thing I do it subconsciously is I evaluate people's personality traits. And, you know, for those listening, I'm a salesman by trade. So my job is to really assess people quickly, understand what motivates them, and sell them product. That's what I do every day. I've been doing it for 8 years. So a lot of people be like, man, how you know that? How you know that? I like, well, I mean, I may be wrong sometimes, but most times I'm right. I guess right most times. Because I'm gauging off of what you are, what you say, your mannerisms, your follower, so on and so forth, in your patterns for the most part. That's how I kind of, profile you. And I'm just sorry, man. Now, AD, his profile, I don't really have down so well. I admit that. But LeBron, I got him down to a T. Westbrook, I definitely got him down to a T. I mean, it is what it is, man. I'm okay with taking another year off as a Lakers fan, per se. I'm gonna still root for the team, but I'm not invested, like you said, like that. I'm cool with taking just a soft year on it. And hopefully in 2023, we'll start. That's crazy. It's about to be year 2023 off rip. That's kind of thing.
Yeah, that shit sound weird as hell, dog. We damn near 40. Like, crazy.
Don't say that.
Yeah, no, man. Ian Kidd podcast. He says, I believe Kyrie and KD will be the next season. Yeah, man. I don't think too much more movement is going to happen, man. Like, NBA offseason is it's pretty much finna get put on the back burner unless a just ridiculous trade happen. NFL camp starts next week, I think. High school, Texas high school football is still king. They've been talking about that for a couple of days. They first day of practice is like August 1st or something, so it's like less than 2 weeks away. So that's gonna be stupid, man. And I know you got a podcast that y'all do on Sundays. For folks that's still listening, I know it's kind of late for some. It's a Cowboys Straight No Chaser podcast, I believe.
Yeah, Straight No Chaser Cowboys podcast.
Cowboys, so y'all make sure y'all check that out. Sundays, usually about 10 o'clock Central Time, somewhere in there. So I know y'all got a lot of stuff going. We're going to get ready to shut it down. We just made an hour. I wasn't even expecting to be this long. I appreciate those who dropped through. I know you said you probably going to get on this. So whenever you get on about it, let me know. If you do a live, whatever it may be. For some reason, I can't get notifications for your YouTube lives. It's stupid.
Hate on the brother, man. They don't want to see me succeed. They want to see me in the weed.
No. So I have to see it on Facebook. I'm like, oh, this Negro on, then I'll jump on. But yeah. So man, whatever you got, yeah, it's stupid because it says something like this stream is not for kids or some shit. Man, I'm a grown ass man. Like, what is the guidelines that's going on? With
interest.
Dumb.
I be wondering though, because I know some of my subs be kind of in and out on the videos sometimes. It looks like they catch them on the replays because the numbers eventually go up over time. But yeah, I wonder about that. A lot of content creators have commented about how people not receiving notifications and whatnot. So interesting. Okay.
Yeah, dumb. Yeah. So Ian Kid Podcast, appreciate you coming through, man. Hey, next time, jump on, man. Jump on. I know you've been on hoops lives before. Y'all did a show together, man. I'm the same way, man. Anybody?
Man, you cut out, bro. I don't know what you.
Man, that's what more and more out. Trying to inspire myself, but y'all know you folks that do YouTube for a regular man, it gets so tedious and boring sometimes. But.
Yeah, man. Well, thanks for having me, bro. Appreciate the listeners tuning in, man. Salute to all y'all, man, who taking a listen tonight.
All right, fellas, we are out. Take my butt to sleep. Peace.